Hi everyone, let's go ahead and run a one-way within groups ANOVA on SPSS. So here's our data set. We're going to be comparing ratings of 3 different types of beers based on their price range. So imagine that there's a group of participants. And remember, within groups of participants means that you have the same participants, they're just witnessing different conditions throughout or within the group. So there's a condition of cheap beer, getting mid-range beer, and high-end beer, and then we are rating on a scale of 1 to 10 of like how satisfied they are with that beer. So we have our data set up this way. If you want to take a minute to pause the video and go ahead and set your data up this way, this is how it would look. Have your participant ID and then have your different conditions available here. Make sure that your conditions are on a scale variable. Okay. Your data view should look something like this. I have participants 1 through 10, and then I have their ratings for every single type of range beer, so depending on their prices. So you want to go to Analyze, General Linear Model, and then Repeated Measures. Once we go there, you'll see this box pop up. You want to name your within subject factor. So we're just going to call this type of beer. And now I'm using underscores because SPSS does not like spaces, so I'm just going to go ahead and use an underscore, and our factor name is going to be type of beer, obviously, because that's what we're evaluating. We have 3 levels or 3 conditions, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to go to define now, and it's going to ask me to define my different levels. My cheap beer would go into level 1, mid-range level 2, and high-end level 3. Go ahead and hit OK, and your output table should be available. So you'll see a bunch of things such as your multivariate test, Macaulay's test of sphericity, your within subjects, so on and so forth. We'll look at this last output table over here to kind of understand what's also happening with our data set. As we can see, here is an F value, and here is our significance values. Based on this significance of this fake data, we show that there is a statistical significance on this test. But of course, because it's fake data, there's a lot of other things to consider. So don't just go off of this and be like, oh my God, the test was significant. This is fake data, so just please keep that in mind. But this is just simply a video on how to run the SPSS test itself, and then kind of where to look to check for degrees of freedoms and F values and significance values.